I'm not trying to raise a child foodie. Nothing could be more annoying than a foodie than a juvenile, you know, a kiddie foodie. You know, you talk about child abuse. You know, trying to force your kid to eat sushi. That's child abuse, you know, just so you can brag about it. Look, Hunter's eating sushi already. Look at it. No, that's fucked up, okay? I don't want that for my kid. My kid eats, you know, pasta with butter and grilled cheese sandwiches and normal shit. But on the other hand, and kids will eat what the heart desires, what looks interesting at the moment. There's no way to convince a kid to eat out of their comfort zone. They're not going to eat something that they don't want to eat until they're ready to eat it. But they will surprise you by grabbing stuff off the table all the time. And they do tend to surprise you, and it doesn't mean they're a genius. But of course, when my daughter does it, you know, I'm thinking genius, right? You know, I probably have different stuff in my refrigerator than a lot of you. My wife's Italian, we travel a lot. So every now and again, my daughter does grab a hunk of pecorino or a caper or an olive. And I am, of course, secretly thinking, oh, she's a genius, genius. But my proudest moment as a dad at the table was recently a sort of a typical evening out for the Bourdains. Me, my wife, my daughter, and Eric Rupert sitting at a cafe in Paris. And we'd ordered some drinks, and we'd ordered some pasta with butter for my daughter, and we'd ordered one of those giant shellfish towers, you know, these huge 3-level platters of shellfish. The bottom layer is like crushed ice with like a couple of dozen oysters on the half shell, some clams, some, you know, cockles, some periwinkles. The second level is, you know, a whole bunch of crabs, some scallops, maybe some shrimps and prawns, and all the way on the top there's, you know, a bunch of dueling steamed lobsters all the way at the top level. And we're eating and drinking, and my daughter's eating her pasta one minute, and I look over and she's eating oysters on the half shell, and I'm thinking, that's pretty cool. But it got cooler. Look, have you ever seen The Little Mermaid? Come on, I've seen it like 25 times by now, okay? Remember Ariel, the Little Mermaid, her adorable, like, lobster crustacean friend, Sebastian, right? I think his name was always getting her in and out of trouble, right? You know, my daughter's a big fan of that film. She's eating her oysters, and she's looking at this big, what must to her look like an Everest of crushed ice and sea creatures, and her little head, you know, just poking out over the table, and she starts looking up this thing, and up, and all the way to the top, and she sees the lobster, and goes, oh, Sebastian. I thought, you know what? That's my little girl. Genius. Let's see how it's like that, and we'll take some questions. Thank you. Vegetarians, or I'm still waiting for like those Paula Dean's kids to show up.